Welcome back to yvonnewinfreyug, my beautiful fashionistas. Hope you're doing great. Today in this tutorial we are making this strapless bustier top, as you see, and it has a simple basque waistline, and the back has a modest panel. It is a lace-up back, just as you see. It came out so beautiful. I loved it and I decided to share with you here, and you can use that same back when it comes to corsets. And this is how it looks like when it's not on a mannequin. This is it. Very nice, very beautiful. Like, everything just came out perfect, and I was like, I need to share with my beautiful fashionistas. So this is the tutorial today. The modest panel is attached, and this is how I made everything. So these are the pieces that I'm going to be working with. I'll be using this for the bustier, and then this one will be for the modest panel. So guys, I already have my bodice block, as you see, and it just goes up to the waistline. The rest of the things are just normal. If you don't know how to form a bodice block, I'm going to link some videos in the description box so that you can learn. But otherwise, if you know, let us start with the bustier. So guys, we this is going to be the center front, and we are assuming that it is on fold. That is the sign that shows that this is on fold, or is supposed to be cut on fold. So guys, now along our bust line, using the nipple to nipple measurement, in this case I'm using 8 inches. I'm going to divide the 8 inches into 2, and when I divide it into 2, I get 4 inches. So you just divide your nipple to nipple measurement into 2. Whatever you get, you mark it down. So I'm marking 4 inches at the bust line, at the under bust line, and also at the waistline. But if you're marking directly onto fabric, please add ½ an inch sewing allowance. I'm using pattern, that's why I'm not adding sewing allowances now. I'll add them onto fabrics. So now guys, along the under bust line, I'm going to mark ½ an inch from this new line towards the center front, ½ an inch at the under bust line, and also ½ an inch at the waistline. Then this side I will mark 1½ inches, as you see, 1½ inches. So all that gives us 2 inches, and it's with these 2 inches that we are contouring our dart to form our bustier. It's like we are manipulating it to give us a beautiful bustier. So also at the bust line, guys, I'm going to mark 1 inch downwards like this, and still connect with our new lines that are in the blue marker like this. Kind of, not even kind of, they are curved lines. We just curve like that, and also where there is the connection, where those lines are like joined together, you just you curve them so that it is not too sharp. So also getting the midpoint of this shoulder slant, which is here, and I'm going to connect a line from that midpoint down onto the bust line like this. So we are going to use this line to form where our bustier will start from, kind of to form our neckline for this bustier. So guys, now to form the neckline, you can either mark from the shoulder line going downwards, or you can even mark like 2 inches from the bust line going upwards. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark from the bust line to the under bust line. I want to measure that distance, and it is 3 inches, but I'm going to add half an inch and mark 3.5 inches from the bust line going upwards or along this line here. So from on either sides of that point, I'm going to just mark 1 inch. 1 inch this side and 1 inch the other side, and that is where our bustier will start from. But I'm going to connect with curves to where our dart manipulation is, or dart contouring. So like this with curves, and even this other side with the curve, connect towards the bust line. And guys, this forms the bustier. This is the main part, or the, you know, like what you do mainly to form a bustier, like that. So these points, guys, this is where I was telling you that you don't leave them too pointy, you don't leave them sharp like that. You blend them with curves so that even when you're sewing, it is easy to sew. So going, let me just shade now. All this part is the unwanted part that we are shading. That is the dart contouring that we've taken out, and we will replace it back later, as you'll be seeing. So guys, for this neckline, I'm just going to just a simple curve like that, just like half an inch at the center front, and then connect like that. Then towards the sides also, I'm just going to curve into the armhole and like connect continuously into the chest line. So just a simple curve like this into the armhole and the chest line, then blend it so that, you know, like it gives you a nice shape like that. Next, I'm just going to divide the bust measurement by 4. Whatever I get, I mark it down, plus this dart intake that we took out there. It is close to 1 inch, so I'm going to replace it back here like that. Then also along the waistline, I'm dividing the waist measurement by 4. Whatever I get, I mark it down, plus the 2 inches that contouring that we took out. I place it back and then connect simply like that. So this is all that we need for this strapless bustier for the front part. So guys, at this point, you just go ahead and label your side pieces, label your centerpiece, so that when it comes to cutting on fabric, it is easy for you to identify. And also you can measure along those dart lines where there is the shaded part, this side where I'm cutting, and the other side, if the measurements are not equal, you can add like a 1/4 inch or half an inch where necessary, and then cut everything out simply as you see me doing. So these are our pieces, the front pieces. This is all that we need for this. So guys, for the basque waistline, or for the basque effect, I'll just show you that when we are cutting on fabric. I'll consider that when we are cutting on fabric. So this is what I have. I think you've seen that along the dart there is an excess on one piece, so we will correct that when it comes to sewing. So guys, now this is also the back piece. Still, it is the normal back bodice block, and I have the chest line, bust line, and the waistline. So I'm going to elongate this chest line because I want to use it to determine the neckline of this bustier, the back neckline. So still, I'm going to mark half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches, to create this kind of like a princess dart line. and use it to form the dart for the back piece. So for the back piece, the dart is just the normal dart. I'm just going to mark along the waistline, half an inch on either sides of this line, then connect to the, I'll just connect straight to the chest line. But sometimes you can go down by 1 inch from the chest line and connect your dart legs, but let me just connect straight to the chest line like this. So next I'm just going to still divide the bust measurement, dividing it by 4 or a quarter of the bust measurement, and mark it down here, and also a quarter of the waist measurement. Anyways, I will just do that later. I'm now going to determine the neckline of this back piece. So from the chest line, I'm going downwards by 1 inch, and I'm going to use kind of a curve and mark from that point at the center back towards where we marked a quarter of the bust measurement, like this. It's kind of scoop little, anyway, it is a kind of a curved back neckline, simple curve, not very straight. And then now I'm marking a quarter of the waist measurement divided by 4, and I added also 1 inch for the dart intake, or for the dart that we took out. So I connect along the sides like this, and now also highlight with this blue marker where the waistline is, and that is it for now. But I have to label. Remember, this is a lace up back, so I'm going to just use these kind of small circles to show here that we'll add loops for lacing up, and also indicate which part is which part faces where, so that when I'm cutting on fabric it is easy for me to identify, and also when I'm sewing it is easy for me to identify and not mix up the fabrics. So that is it. Still, even this center part, anyway, each piece of the center back we need double, like one pair for the left side and another pair for the right side. But sometimes some people also cut the back main pieces as one piece, which is also okay, but I love separating them. Anyways, these are all our pieces. Next, let us start cutting on fabric. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut my pieces, but I'm going to explain to you, don't worry. So this is the center front. It is on fold. Remember, I told you it is on fold. So I folded the fabric and pinned down my pattern paper. As you see, I pinned it down on fold. Then I added half an inch everywhere, and I also added 4 inches for the basque waistline, sewing allowance inclusive, 4 inches down there. Then also for the side front piece, I folded the fabric, or I got 2 pieces because we need 2 for the side front, and I added half an inch along here, then the 4 inches for the basque waistline, and also half an inch at the top. Then on the sides I added just 1 inch for the side seam allowance. So this is it for the front pieces. Then guys, for the back pieces, remember I told you we need double. But before that, since we are going to add a modest panel at the center back here, I'm going to mark away 1.5 inches will be enough for me today, but you can even mark off 2 inches or you can even do 1 inch. I see some people do 1 inch, but me, I'm like, let me just do 1.5 inches. That will be okay for the modest panel. So I'm going to cut that away, 1.5 inches. So let me just cut this off or away, and now we don't need that piece. The modest panel will cover up. So guys, you can just tape your back piece like this and cut it as one piece, or separate pieces like this. Remember, we need double. So this is the part that we took away, and I've gone ahead to cut on fabric, and I added 1/2 inch everywhere, and I have 2 pieces for each part. Remember, we need the parts for the left hand side and the parts for the right hand side. So you see there are 2, and here there are also 2. A smaller one will be joined with one smaller one with one bigger one, or one, you know, like center back piece to one side back piece, and vice versa, not vice versa. And I repeat that same. So I'm going to also cut all these pieces, guys, on the lining fabric. And guys, I think we will do all that cutting and the sewing to form our beautiful piece that looks like this in the next video.